All right, CJ Math students, welcome to part 2 of notes 3.13. Again, this is about taxes, but before we do taxes, let's do a quick review of discounts, which we did yesterday. Remember, a discount is you're taking off a percentage of the price. So for this discount, 100 minus 20%, we're actually going to be paying 80% of this total price. So 750 times, write that as a decimal, 0.80. And then we just do the math. So the whole first row is 0. Remember to lay an egg. And then we have 0. 8 times 5 is 40. Carry your 4. 8 times 7 is 56. Plus 4 is 60. And we add this all up. And remember that we have 2 decimal places here and 2 decimal places here. So what do we have to do? We have to swoop 4 times here. So when I swoop 4 times once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, I get my answer of $6. So an original, if a calendar is $750 and they say, hey, take 20% off of that, what do I have to pay in the end? $6. How could I find out what the amount discount was? I could literally just say $750 minus 6, and I could realize, oh, I got $1.50 off for my 20% discount. Okay, you're gonna do number 2 on your own. On the back side, we're going back to tax. So remember, tax is something that's added. So the United States currently has what's called a marginal tax rate, which means workers pay 10% of their first $8,925 of income in income tax, and then they pay 15% on every dollar in between $8,926 and $8,250. So let's figure out how much tax somebody would pay if they earn $20,000, and then we'll go ahead and do the teacher salary. So a person that earns $20,000 a year has to pay 10% tax, or 0.10, on the first $8,925 they make, plus, because they go into the next tax bracket, plus 15% of anything that is between $20,000, which was how much they make, and that $8,925. It's kind of a little bit tricky to determine. So basically, they're saying for every dollar you make up to $8,925, you have to pay 10% on that. Now, every dollar after that, all the way up into this $36,000, or as much as you make, you have to pay 15%. So if I only make $20,000, I have to pay 15% tax on all the money in between $20,000 and that $8,925. So when I do this, the math adds up to, if somebody earns $20,000 a year, they have to pay $2,533.75 in tax. So really, you're making $20,000 a year, but you subtract this off, so you're making only less than $18,000, right? So to find out how much I take home pay, basically, is what it's called, meaning what I can actually keep and not give to the government. It's $20,000 minus 253.75. So what do I actually get to keep and not have to pay in taxes? When I do the math on this, it turns out to be $17,466.25. All right, so when you get a job and they say, hey, this is going to be your yearly salary, you can't automatically assume, oh, if it's $50,000, I get to keep all $50,000. No, you have to plan for how much is going to be taken out for taxes. So let's do a teacher's salary, because LeBron's is going to be kind of confusing. So a teacher's salary, how much will they have to pay in taxes? So they'll have to pay 10% on that first $8,925. They'll have to pay another 15% because it's $45,000, so it goes above this $36,000 on what they earned of $36,250 minus the $8,925. And then they'll actually have to pay another additional 25% on, because again, it stretches 2 tax brackets here, 25% on what their max salary is of $45,000 minus that tax bracket up to $36,250. So when you do all the math on this, how much tax do they pay a year if you make $45,000? It's $7,178.75. So you could write out their check to Uncle Sam, aka the government, as $7,178 $1.75. Now, LeBron's tax would be a lot larger because he obviously makes more money. So he's going to contribute more in this tax system. The math on this would be actually pretty crazy. I'm going to actually write it out here. LeBron actually is going to pay $9,065,763.75 per year to the government on taxes. I mean, that's a lot, but at the same time, he's also making $23 million. So it's not like he's going to be poor or anything like that. So number 9, if I want to find the price of something given the tax, basically it's the opposite of what a discount is. Remember, the discount we subtracted is tax. I'm just going to add it to 100. So I'm paying 103% of the price. Now, writing this as a decimal, be very careful. You go once, twice. So I'm going to do $1.95 times 1.03, because again, I wrote that percent, 103%, as a decimal. So remember, I'm going to have to swoop 4 times in the end because I had 2 decimals in each number. And let's go ahead and do this multiplication. First row, I get 15, carry my 1, I get 27, plus 1 is 28, carry my 2, 3 times 1 plus 2 is 5, lay an egg. This whole row will be zeros. And then when I do another row, I have to lay 2 eggs. And then I can go ahead and multiply again. So 5, 9, and 1. And when I add it up, I get 5, 8, that's 10, so carry the 1. That's 10 again, so carry the 1, 2. And if I swoop 4 times, like I told myself I needed to, once, twice, 2 times. Oops, I just did it 3 times, so my fault. Oops, sorry guys. So swooping one side all the way here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 2.0085. What's this going to round to? Well, $2.0085. This 8 right here rounds this up to 1. So $2.01. All right, I'll set up number 10 for you, but then you need to do it on your own. So the tax again, it's 100 plus 4, which means we're going to be paying 104% of the price. So 1950 times this as a decimal is 1.04, not 0.104, 1.04. Now remember, you have 2 decimals in each, so you have to swoop 4 times in the end, do the multiplication, find out how much you actually pay for that CD. That's 1950 and has a 4% tax on it. Lastly, just because we're going to be problem solvers and really trying to figure out the goal of our lives is to live with God forever, I want you to go ahead and, see why is it that, teachers have a different value than LeBron? Do you agree with this? Do you not agree with it? Like, what do each job bring to the world? Like LeBron brings us entertainment. What does a teacher bring? And there's no right answer here. This is simply your opinion. I just want you to think about it.